I had plans today to tell you that if you work hard, you've got the skills, and you do a great job, you'll get all the opportunities you deserve. Just kidding. I'm not going to lie to you. Earlier this year, I made a choice. I decided I'm going to change the frame I put around myself in online meetings. What do I mean by frame? Well, I started taming my very curly hair instead of tossing it into a messy mum bun. I put on a tad of lipstick, threw on some earrings. I hadn't done that in years. And I turned my desk around so that my background was no longer my struggling, overflowing bookcase, but rather my Zen space with a nice painting, a little Zen garden, and a little bamboo plant. I didn't change my brains. I didn't get a new qualification. However, the reactions I got were very interesting. They blew my mind. Welcome back to I Had Plans. I'm Smaragda, and this is the show where we talk about human behavior, freelancing, being self-employed, juggling life and work, tech jargon, and more. Look, I'm very passionate about this because in my training sessions every week I see brilliant people hiding behind the excuse of I'm not a tech person, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that, it's not my forte. And we focus so much on our skills, but we always forget about how we're being perceived. And that's important when you're doing something like a presentation. So today I'm breaking down why your hard work is not doing 100% of the talking for you. And about 95% of this is going to land on the women listening. But gents, stick around because I think that other 5% is a wake-up call for your Zoom background too. So let's look at the cold, hard stats on this. Sociologists have a term for what I experienced. They call it the Grooming Premium. Massive data studies have shown that, especially for women, virtually all of the income and opportunity advantages tied to attractiveness in the workplace are actually driven by effort. It's the grooming, the tidy hair, the neat clothing, a bit of lipstick. And studies show that when a woman makes the effort, people automatically click a button in the brain that says competent, likable, trustworthy. And guys, don't look away. That 5% applies to you too. If you show up to a high-stakes pitch, unshaven, in a wrinkled polo with a background that looks like a chaotic storage unit, your data skills won't matter because the audience has already checked out. It's interesting how our brains are inherently lazy, and judging the cover of the book is always faster than reading the chapters, no matter how fascinating they are. But here's the comedy of it. When you actually make that change and make an effort, people get uncomfortable. So when I debuted that new look on my video calls, I could see the genuine surprise on people's faces. The people who knew me from the Messy Bun phase. And some people looked downright awkward. They had a script for who I was. The relatable, struggling with the bookcase and the hair colleague. But when you show up looking polished, hence a little more authoritative, you disrupt their script and you change the power dynamic in the room. I've noticed it. Your background isn't screaming, I am just trying to keep up. It's saying, I'm in complete control of my environment, no matter what's happening behind the scenes. And I think secretly it forces them to look at their own messy bun and think, oh, should I be trying harder? So what's the takeaway here? Is it that we all have to conform to the corporate beauty standards? Absolutely not. As a big work from home advocate, and a big fan of comfy shoes, clothes, and expressing yourself? Absolutely not. But I think the lesson is that perception is a tool, and you should be the one using it. And you should be thinking of your presentation not as a vanity project, but a safety net for your expertise. And I like to think of the background as a digital outfit. I've always enjoyed sharing my real background rather than a virtual one because it tells a story about yourself. But this year I've decided to tell a different story. Not the chaotic environment that I'm fighting, but the Zen environment I've been working on creating, one that doesn't drain the energy. Because while the skills might get me in the room I want to be, the frame I'm in, I've noticed it's helped me be listened to. So remind yourself that you're smarter than the frame, but don't let a bad frame hide your smarts. And always turn on your camera. If you're having a video call, your camera should be on, especially when meeting new people. And now I want to hear from you. Are you listening to this on your browser or on your favorite podcast app? Drop a line and tell me what you're doing. Tell me what your video call background looks like. Have you ever switched it up and noticed a difference? Are you currently rocking the messy bun? Let's compare. And here's your action for the day. Take 5 minutes to clean up that one corner of your desk that's in the camera shot, or put on a bright shirt and change the frame and see how people react. Because remember, you own the picture. Thanks for listening to I Had Plans. I'm Smaragda, and I'll catch you in the next one.